There's one word you should never ever use in a customer service situation, and that word is you, Y-O-U, and especially so in negative situations, for example, when a customer is making a complaint. For example, imagine the customer service representative gets a call from a customer and then starts saying to the customer, well, you need to show me the receipt. You didn't follow the instruction manual. You shouldn't have done this or that with the product. It looks like you did this, or it looks like you did not do that. That sort of language starts to transfer the onus of responsibility from the customer's service operator to the customer. I had a bit more of a think about this and I thought, well, how else does this word manifest itself? So I wrote a couple of them down, and here they are. Firstly, it's prescriptive. You have to do this or you have to do that. That's the customer service rep telling the customer what to do. Not a cool position to be in. It's presumptive. You shouldn't do this, or you want that, or you should be thinking like this. It's actually saying to the customer, this is what has to happen. This is what you are thinking or you should be thinking. Again, not the place you need to be in. It's nothing like what we call empathy. It's accusatory. You breached, you yelled, you raised your voice at me, you swore at me. Also, not cool language in that it starts to say, I'm the judge and jury and you are the person who I'm going to adjudicate on, and I accuse you of something. It's also insulting because the language sometimes comes about with things like, you didn't understand. So when you say that to the customer, it's like, well, hang on a second, don't insult me, I understand. It's you that doesn't understand. The customer can use the term, but the customer service rep cannot. It's also a guilt thing. Sometimes the customer service rep might say, you hurt me when you spoke like that, or you made me feel terrible. Well, don't put the guilt trip back onto the customer. That's not the responsibility of the customer service rep. Finally, it's condescending. I understand you. Well, no you don't, and who said you do? Don't try to say, well, yes, I understand you and understand the pain you're going through. That's actually a lie, because you couldn't possibly understand those feelings. So those examples are examples that happen all day and happen in all customer service interactions when the word you is used. Stay away from it, it only hurts. The only way to deal with the opposite is come at it from the perspective of the customer, but use it in first person language. I understand the situation is like this. I understand, and you start to bring the language back to yourself as the customer service rep. Pervasively, talking about yourself in first person actually makes it more empathetic. Oh, I think I understand what you're saying. Oh, I can do this for you. Oh, if I understand correctly. That's the language to use as opposed to the language of you.